salita ng Diyos ay buhay sa ating mga puso. Halina't ating pakinggan ang pagbubulay-buhay ng ating mga kapatid sa pananampalataya.
Good morning mga kabatang Minor TV, at nandito na naman tayo again sa isang panibagong linggo, no, sa ating mga buhay. And today, for our bulay-buhay, I again is Brother Pip Silverio from Batang Minor Batch 1995, taga Norsagaray, Bulacan. Today's gospel is a typical scenario every time Jesus interacts with the Pharisees. You know, they are always questioning Jesus about his personality, his actions, asking who he really is, you know, to them. You know, and this time, after recently doing a miracle of, a few verses back before today's gospel, Jesus performed the miracle of multiplication of loaves. But still, the Pharisees are still questioning and asking for signs. And I have encountered this gospel numerous times way back, and during those times, I always end up with the reflection of, why do I keep asking Jesus or God for signs? And it just showed how naive and shallow my relationship with my God is. So for today, I realized, and what caught my attention the most was not the whole God's gospel itself, but the reply or the action that Jesus gave when they asked him for a sign. And the reply was just a deep sigh, you know. And then I reflected on that deep sigh. So mga kabatang Minor TV, what is a sigh? So sabi ko, ano ba yung sigh? So a sigh is to make a deep audible breath. Sometimes shows signs of weariness, sadness, you know, or discomfort. So parang may panghihinayang. And that's what my reflection is all about today. You know, the deep sigh that Jesus gave the Pharisees when they asked him of a sign from heaven. So I asked myself, and I realized, what if I'm in front of Jesus today and I would ask him, what could be the reason why Jesus would give me a deep sigh today? You know, ano yung makakapagpa, babe, bakit na naman today? Ano yung magpapaganon sa kay Kristo kung kaharap ko siya today? And I realized that even though I have been an ex-seminarian for a long time and been doing the Batang Minor TV stint for almost a year now, I still am a person who, dismisses the confidence in God's love, in spite of the numerous signs and wonders that are clearly presented and given to me every day. You know, the mere fact that we have food at our table, roof over our heads, you know, waking up in the morning, you know, in spite of all of that, I still dismiss or lose confidence in God most of the time. Second, Jesus will give a deep sigh to me today because I myself sometimes, or most of the time, request for a more noteworthy prayer. You know, Lord, sana manalo ako sa loto. Lord, I hope I could get this project. Lord, I hope I could get this client, you know, so I could, just for my self-interest. And so sometimes when that happens, I just realize now that when that happens, it seems like I'm trying to test the powers of God for for my individual fulfillment and gratification. And lastly, Jesus will give me a great sight today because in spite of the things that I said, the things that I am getting as a blessing from him from day to day, I stay stone-hearted, unaffected, or impassive, in spite of the clear signs, and signals from God or from Him. And so, as I end my bulay buhay today, to avoid giving my Jesus the reason to deeply sigh towards me, I have seen it. I have seen it. And there's no greater sign that I could ask for but Jesus Himself. Jesus is the sign of God's love. He Himself is the sign, that I have been looking for. He alone is the only blessing that I should be asking for and be thankful for. Because I realized and accepted it today that if I only accept Jesus 100%, trust Him or trust in Him 100%, I should never ever be worried or question God for or ask God for more signs, because He Himself has shown Himself to us or to me. He is the only sign that I need to know that the God loves me or God gives me blessings every day. And I'm very thankful for that. And in fact, that is my biggest and the best reflection that I could get out of this gospel reading today. So thank you for spending time with me today and for continuously supporting Batang Minor TV. Until our next Bulay Buhay, this is again Pip Silverio of Batang Minor Batch 1995. I hope you guys have a great week ahead and see you until our next Bulay Buhay.